Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Unbox the Inbox with me, Gary Redmond. I'm so excited to be able to share this topic with you today, something I talk about a lot and really valuable topic that a lot of people struggle with, especially in the beginning with their subscription box, and that is optimizing your website to convert or increasing conversions on your website, okay? So this is a very important topic, and it's one that is so often overlooked. In fact, I always say the number one mistake I see in this industry, you may have heard me say this before, but I'll say it again. The number one mistake I see in this industry is people are spending time, money, and effort driving traffic to a website that does not convert. Okay, so you get your website set up in the beginning, you call it good enough, and you're ready to move on to all the sexy stuff like running ads and going on social, going live and driving up all this traffic and then sending people over to your website, and then you realize no one's buying, okay? And you don't know why no one is buying. You're doing everything, you're showing up, you're going live, you're posting on socials, you're doing everything you should be doing. You may even invest some money in ads, and the ads, quote unquote, don't work, okay? The reason behind all of this, and it's so common, do not feel bad if this is where you're coming from. And it's also a big area of misdiagnosis, okay? But the thing we're talking about is optimizing the website for conversions, okay? And making sure that your website is clearly conveying the benefits of your subscription to your customers, okay? So we're going to talk today about the most important kind of things that you need to have, and then we're going to actually break it down into the sections your website needs to have in order to convert visitors into buyers, okay? So I'm just going to talk first of all about the most important things that you need, and then we'll talk about the sections you need to put them in, okay? So the first one is going to be a hero image, okay? You need a high-res, high-quality picture of your box, brightly colored if possible, and ideally your hero image means you have your hero in it, which is your target market, okay? Your target avatar. So what does that mean? If you go to busterbox.com, you'll see this, okay? But basically, it's a picture of your box looking in its best possible light. So the products are all standing up, they're bursting out of the box. These are just photography tips, by the way. And also you have a picture, in our case, of a dog, a happy dog with the box, okay? If it's for children, a happy child with the box, okay? If it's for mothers, a happy mother with the box and their children, okay? Whatever it is, that is what your box, your hero image is and needs to be, okay? So we need to have this the first thing that they see when they land on your website, because this is going to grab attention. Human faces and actually a picture of your box grabs attention more than anything else you can do. And if you fail to do this correctly, your website will not actually convert, because it won't even get people to be interested in looking any further, okay? Listen to this analogy, right? If you had a shop, a physical shop, would you have a crappy, crummy picture or a crappy, crummy mock-up box in the front window with the window all dirty and covered in stains? You wouldn't, okay? You would make the front of your shop look unbelievably good. You would make it enticing so that people would want to walk inside. So take that online and tell me, is it at the very top of your website, is your website actually making your product or your subscription look unbelievably valuable? And if not, how can we improve that? And how we can improve it is to have high quality imagery. Okay, so that's moving on to my next point. A quick transition there. Your imagery on your website. There's a couple of places you cannot skimp in your subscription box journey. Okay, and that is going to be imagery and your website. Okay, both of those together. You can't have poor quality imagery anywhere, whether it's your emails, your website, anything like that. And also your website design. You'll never regret investing money in a high quality website design or high quality imagery. They will pay for themselves over and over again, okay? So you need to have high quality imagery. That's going to also make all the rest of the website design much easier and much better quality looking, because at least if the imagery of your box is good, the background, the colors and stuff like that are easily kind of changed, okay? So the next thing we're going to need is going to be clear, concise copy. A very common mistake I see with people is to write a novel on their website, okay? So they've got paragraphs of what it is and what it could be. They've got 65 bullet points about all this sort of stuff that you get. You've got, lists of all these different things that you get in the box or whatever, okay? Now, I know it sounds great to spill the beans and people can pick out what they want and people can see everything that they get and it sounds great, okay? But in reality, when we go online, people's attention spans are really short. So if you think your attention span is not short, or if you think you're not impatient, how often do you fast forward the first 5 or 10 seconds of a YouTube video just to get to the bit where he starts talking about what you want to listen to? Okay, so that's how impatient we all are. So what's that got to do with long lines of copy? It's when people see long lines of copy, it looks like a lot of work to read that. I'm not reading all that. TLDR, we've heard that one before. Okay, too long, didn't read. If your website copy is too long and it's not clear and you've got paragraphs, people are going to stop paying attention and click off your website. Okay, so what we can do, that doesn't mean we have no words on our website. It means, again, when we have our high quality imagery there, we'll be able to say a lot in fewer words. So if I can see a beautiful picture of a high quality product like a subscription box with 3 bullet points or 1 bullet point or 1 line about unbelievable products for your dog delivered to your door monthly, that all makes sense. You don't need to tell, and I can see a picture of everything there. I've got it. Okay, you don't need to tell me, all the different types of things I might get. Okay, I've got it in a second or two. Okay. And another thing in regards to your copy is going to be, it has to be benefit driven. Okay, so when we've cut down our copy, it's also important that the copy that we have on our website doesn't just talk about 5 to 6 products delivered to your door with free delivery. That's cool, but what I want to know is, what's the benefit? Okay, so it has to be benefit driven sales copy. So people don't buy a product, they buy what the product will do for them. It will either save them time, save them money, make their life easier, make their children happy, their kids happy, their pets happy, whatever it is that you do. And this is a very good exercise I get all my clients and students to do, is take out a piece of paper and write down all the reasons why someone would actually sign up to your box. Okay, so if you do nothing else from this episode, get out a piece of paper and write down all the reasons why someone would sign up to your box. Okay, and think about this, right? Don't just say it's cheaper than the shops, or it saves them time or saves them money. So for example, for Buster Box, you're going to get access to new products that you wouldn't get in local pet shops because everything is unique. You're going to get free delivery to your door, so you never worry about running out of anything again. Okay, you're going to get healthy treats that are chosen from dog experts and dog lovers. We would never give your dog anything that we wouldn't give to our own. Okay, so remember, we're talking about benefits. We're talking about convenience, new access to new products. You're talking about peace of mind to know your dog is getting good things. Okay, exciting toys. You're never going to feel guilty about leaving your dog at home again. Okay, you're gonna give your dog great benefits from chewing through our toys, because it's going to help them to relieve anxiety and have a happier life. Okay, so emotion. What is the benefit of this box? Okay, you want to make sure that you're actually writing down why someone would sign up to your subscription box, because so many times I can ask a founder on a coaching call or whatever, why should someone sign up to your box? And they can give me 15 different reasons why it's the best thing in the world. And I say to them, well, where does it say this on your website? And we usually hear crickets. Okay, so it's very common for you to kind of forget that the only way people can see into your business and into your subscription box is actually through your website, and you're not usually selling it as well as you could. The next thing, we want to have how it works. It has to be clear to people how it works. This is a simple point, right? But it's often overlooked. Your how it works section should explain how the product works. Is it a subscription? Is it monthly? Is it bi-monthly? How does delivery work? How does, is it delivered via email, or is it, obviously, if it's a subscription product, obviously a box is going to be delivered by a courier or whatever. And then the final, the how it works, the third part of it, usually people make the mistake of, how it works, step 1, 2, and 3, and step 3 is your box arrives. Your step 3 of your how it works should always be the benefit that you get. So in our one, it's your month-long dog party begins. So your dog will be happy when it arrives. Okay, so that's the how it works section. It's also important as well to remember, not a lot of people know, not everybody knows how a subscription box works, depending on the country that you're in. And even if they do, your one might work differently. So just make sure that you're making it clear how things work, because a confused mind will always say no, and that will harm your conversions. Okay. The next thing you're going to need is a social proof section. So it's great to make all these claims and write about all these benefits that your box or your subscription is going to give them. But if there's no social proof and there's no good reviews, it's very easy to basically think that you're lying, okay, or that they don't believe you. And not that anyone says in their head, I don't believe you. It's just that in order to actually convince someone to take action, one of the most powerful marketing forms is to show other people getting benefits or results with the product you're talking about, okay? So it's really important to have a strong social proof section. And one way to take this up a notch is to take your good reviews that you're getting and actually put them with images of your box and or your customers. So if you can grab pictures from your Instagram or Facebook that your customers are sending you, or even take pictures of yourself or your kids or whatever using your box, and put them together with the reviews, it makes it look a lot more believable and a lot stronger. Okay, I always say to people, your social proof is good, your reviews are good, but add imagery there because it takes it up a notch. Okay, it's more believable. The next thing you want to have is a guarantee. And we're moving down the sections here on your website, okay? So the guarantee, people get freaked out about this and they say, I don't want to be inundated with refunds. I don't want to have to give away so much money and people are going to be asking for refunds all the time. A guarantee section is basically to solve this problem. People are afraid when they go to a subscription box website, especially if you have a 6 or 12 month commitment, they're afraid you're going to send them things that they don't want. Okay. So if they look at your website and they see maybe 1 or 2 products that they don't want, even though they might want 70% of your box, and you probably say to them, if they were standing in front of you at a stall, oh, that's no problem. Like I can swap those out for you if you want to sign up. Okay. But online, we don't have that option. Okay. So you want to have a guarantee that says, we guarantee that if you're not happy with, this subscription or this product, we'll make it right. So you're not guaranteeing money back or anything like that. You're just guaranteeing that the customer knows if they get something that they don't like, there's comeback. Okay, there's customer service, so they don't need to worry about, getting things in the mail that they don't want and they're locked into a subscription. Okay, and remember, you're already doing this. If you have any level of customer service, you're already giving your customers what they want. If someone emails in and says they didn't like something or they didn't want it or they don't want it again, you're just saying, okay, because you want to keep that customer. You don't want churn. So you're doing your best anyway. You might as well put it on your website so that when someone comes over with that kind of, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to like that, they see, okay, well, they're going to make it right. So I don't need to worry about getting something that I don't want. The final thing, which you can have, and it's not necessary, but it can help, is to have credibility. So if you've been featured anywhere, obviously if you've been featured in the New York Times or we've been featured in the Irish Times, which is great. We've been on TV on Dragon's Den and things like that, but not everybody has that. Even if you've been featured in a really obscure magazine or a blog or an influencer who might be big in your industry, it's always a good idea to put their logo on your website, obviously with their permission. Even if people have never heard of, the Backwater tiny local magazine, if they see that you've been featured there, it means that other people must have heard of you. Okay, so even if it's a tiny local magazine, it's only circulated in your small town. If you've been featured there, you can put it there. And as you get bigger and as you get more PR and more exposure, you can put bigger and better kind of news outlets that you've been featured in. This is just to drive credibility. Like, there's still a lot of scams out there. People are a bit hesitant. They've come over to your website from a Facebook ad or a post or whatever. You just want to make sure that they know that their money is safe and they're going to actually get what the product actually promises them. Okay, so credibility. So the next thing and the final thing, which kind of is the cherry on top, but also the most important part, is going to be your offer. Okay, so on your subscription box website or any website, any subscription product you're trying to sell, the offer is going to be the number one driver of conversions. We can have the same website on Monday morning, all imagery the same, and we can get 50 subscribers, okay? Next day, we have the exact same website with a different offer, and we can get 15, okay? Or 10, or none, okay? It's really that important because the offer is what drives action right away, because you're trying to get someone to sign up to a subscription, okay? Let's all be honest. Who wants another subscription coming out of their account? It's got a pretty high barrier to entry to convince someone to sign up and give you their money every month, whereas most people would be probably interested in buying one box from you. But that doesn't make money from us. That's not how our business model works, all of us, okay? So when you have an unbelievable offer, that actually gets people, especially when you only give the offers on your subscription product rather than one time, it helps to get them over that barrier to entry and actually give you their money. And it also helps to do it more urgently instead of sitting on the fence. Offers inherently are limited time, or at least that's the perception. So what we always do, we'd always rotate our offers so that an offer would end and another offer would start. So you can actually legitimately say it's a limited time offer. It helps to drive that urgency and get people to actually sign up. And if you're not getting the conversions that you want from your website right now, even if you just come up with an unbelievable offer in the next 24 to 48 hours and stick it on your website, I guarantee it will increase your conversions more than anything else you've heard on this podcast episode today. Although the other things are still important. Okay, the offer is the number one thing. So, lot of stuff in there. You can listen to this, you can pause it, you can take notes and listen again. Okay, but the sections that we want to have on our website, the most critical things, I've already mentioned most of them, but you want to have a hero image. Okay, front and center, first thing on the website, your hero image with your offer inside the header image if possible. That will help to, again, really, really optimize your website to convert. If people can see what they're going to get, who it's for, and what the offer is within 2 seconds of being on your website, you've already got their attention, okay? The next section, you want to have how it works. It's just the way people ask questions about your box, okay? If someone met you at a stall and you said, or someone asked me, what do I do for a living? I sell a subscription box for dogs, okay? Oh, how does that work? Okay. People always ask that question after I say that, oh, it's like a monthly box and you get toys and treats and other things delivered to your door every month. Oh, no way, that sounds cool. What kind of things do you get? Okay, so the thought process that people actually ask us about is the one we follow on our website. So we have the hero image. Next section is the how it works section. And unsurprisingly, as I mentioned, the next section is what's inside. Okay, so you want to make sure that it's clear, people know what they're getting. And in there, you can have your little bullet points about the benefits and the features of your box. The next section we want to have is social proof. Okay, so right after we make all these big promises and show people what they're going to get and kind of how everything works, we want to show that this is not just me saying this. Look at all these happy customers, and obviously have imagery with your social proof as well. Next section is a guarantee. For people who are still not convinced, as we get further down your page, you've got your guarantee, so they know that they're in good hands and they're going to be able to get things that they want. Final section is credibility. Okay, so I would at least leave the first 3 or 4 sections the way they are. The credibility, I've sometimes seen people put it under the header in between the hero image and the how it works section, like, featured in whatever different publications. But yeah, they're the main sections that you need. And as I said, the cherry on the top is the unbelievable offer. Okay, so once you have everything in here, I know it sounds like so much work, and I always say this to people this is a lot of work, right? But this is the right kind of work. You can spend 2 years going around running, ads or going on lives and talking with influencers and trying to drum up PR and stuff like that, and it actually won't get you any customers if your website does not convert. So what I have told you, a big mouthful, I know I talk really fast with an Irish accent, so I'm hard to understand, but I always say this is a lot of work, but this is the important work, because if you do this correctly, all the traffic that you generate from now on will actually get sales, whether it's ads, whether it's social, whether it's PR, anything like that. Okay, so a really important episode, a really long episode with a lot of detail. Listen back, let me know what you've thought. And if you want any more resources on this, I talk about this all the time. I have lots of resources. I have a website template. You can also swipe. It's at garyredmond.com/conversions. It's a high converting website template, which you can get completely for free. So go ahead and grab that. And as I said, leave me a message in the group or reach out to me. I'm happy to help.